Welcome back to Hedgehog Studios. Now, a while back we asked Grok who would win in a matchup between Dexter Morgan and Adrian Monk. It was interesting, and we thought, hey, let's do that again. One of the comments on that video suggested Lieutenant Columbo. So here we are. Grok, who would win, Dexter Morgan or Lieutenant Columbo? So let's take it away, Grok. Grok says, Dexter Morgan versus Lieutenant Columbo is a fascinating cat-and-mouse matchup because both are geniuses in completely opposite ways. Dexter's advantages. Forensic expert, blood spatter analyst for Miami Metro Homicide. Knows exactly how police investigations work and how to exploit their limitations. Plans his kills months in advance and leaves zero physical evidence, has a rigid code that keeps him disciplined. Physically capable. Trained in stealth kills, surveillance, and disposal. Emotionally detached, while operating as a killer. Almost no psychological weak points to exploit. Access to police databases and resources to monitor investigations against himself. Now Columbo's advantages. Unmatched at psychological warfare and reading people. Specializes in killers who think they're smarter than everyone else, especially educated professionals. Never gives up. He will hound a suspect for months or years if needed. Master of finding the one tiny inconsistency that unravels a perfect crime. Appears harmless and bumbling, which makes arrogant killers lower their guard and brag/explain. Works within the system, but bends the rules relentlessly when he smells guilt. The key question: could Columbo ever prove Dexter did it in court? Realistically, probably not. Dexter is simply too forensically clean. Even when Miami Metro suspected an inside killer, seasons 2 and 7, they never got close to hard evidence against Dexter because no bodies are ever found, they slide into the Gulf Stream, no murder weapons recovered, no DNA, fibers, or trace evidence left behind. The kills are staged as disappearances or unrelated crimes. He has ironclad alibis and uses his police position to stay one step ahead. Now Columbo's entire method relies on eventually finding a physical clue, a mismatched fiber, a forgotten receipt, a button, etc., or tricking the killer into incriminating themselves on tape. Dexter almost never leaves physical clues, and he's pathologically careful about what he says. Columbo could harass Dexter for years. Just one more thing, Mr. Morgan. And Dexter would just smile politely, give nothing away, and keep killing. Most likely outcomes. Number 1. Stalemate. This outcome is the most probable. Columbo becomes convinced Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher 2.0, and shadows him consistently but can never get enough for an arrest. Dexter finds Columbo annoying, but not an existential threat, and just waits him out or subtly discredits him. Number 2. Dexter snaps and tries to kill Columbo. This is the only way Dexter loses. Columbo is extremely good at setting traps where the killer thinks they finally have him alone, only to walk into an ambush of hidden detectives. If Dexter ever breaks his code and goes after Columbo directly, he gets caught red-handed. Number 3. Columbo wins by pure persistence. This is a long shot. Over years, Columbo slowly boxes Dexter in. Gets warrants for his financials, phone records, boat GPS logs, etc. He eventually finds something small, a rare plastic polymer from the kill room wrap, an unexplained absence during a victim's disappearance window. That, combined with behavioral evidence, convinces a jury. This would require Columbo at the absolute peak of his 1970s powers, and Dexter making one uncharacteristic slip. Verdict: in a straight investigative showdown with modern forensics and rules of evidence, Dexter wins 8 out of 10 times. He's just too clean, and Columbo needs at least one solid piece of physical evidence or a confession to close a case. But if we're talking who's the better detective overall, Columbo clears. Dexter is a brilliant criminal who beats the system. Columbo is the guy who beats brilliant criminals. It's just that Dexter happens to be one of the 5% Columbo couldn't convict. So, Dexter stays free. But he'd never get a good night's sleep again with that rumpled raincoat always in his rearview mirror. So there you have it. What did you think? Does Grok get it right? Is it completely off base? Comment below and let me know. In the meantime, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one, where we may have to ask Grok some more questions. Laters.